Hi and welcome to the tutorial video of the small business bookkeeping spreadsheet. This spreadsheet has 7 tabs. 6 tabs are used for data and the 7th tab is the dashboard. The first tab in this spreadsheet is the dashboard that shows the income, expenses, net profit and profit percentage for the year, the profit trend graph, income and expenses, top 5 expense categories, and expenses breakdown. The second tab is to create a chart of accounts, just like any bookkeeping software, but it is simpler because this is created for small businesses. Third tab is to record the actual transactions. Fourth tab shows the monthly profit and loss for the selected months. Fifth tab is the yearly profit and loss statement for the selected year. Tab 6 is for the cash flow statement for the selected year. And the last tab shows the account balances for all the accounts added to spreadsheet. First of all, you must create a chart of account. You simply add the name of account. For example, you add subscription, select the type of account. If it is an expense, select detail type. If it is an expense and it is subscription, you may select dues and subscription for detail type. This would not be used in any other tab, but this is just for an information. In the account type, you will see a lot of drop-down items, but because we are using this only to create profit and loss statement, we are not required to use all the drop-down items from this account type drop-down list. Similarly, you can create all the income and expenses here and select the proper account type and detail type. If you keep the detail type blank, that's totally fine. The first thing that is brown backgrounded, transfer, you should leave it as is because this is used if you transfer your amount from one account to the other. The second table on the chart of accounts table is the account balances. You can add your bank accounts up to 5. You can set the balances and balance dates. The cash flow statement and account statement will use these balances to calculate the current balances of your accounts. Then you move forward to transaction tab to record your actual transaction. You add your date here. You select the type. If it is a transfer, if you are transferring from one account to other, you select transfer. Then you select the account from which you are transferring the amount to the other account. For example, we are transferring from saving account to the checking account, and select transfers here as well and add an amount, whatever you want. This amount will be deducted from the savings account and will be added to the checking account automatically. Then if we add another transaction, we select income. Now we must mention which account is used to receive that income. So we must select the account. For example, if we are receiving the income in checking account, and select the income source if it is a sales or a service and add an amount, for example 1500. Add another transaction, select expenses, select account, that the account you use to pay the expense, and select the category, for example rent 1250. So these are some sample transactions that we have added in this section. The monthly P&L, yearly P&L, cash flow statements and account, all these 4 tabs are automated. You don't have to do anything on these tabs. We just have to select the month for which we want to view the income statement for. Like if I select May, you can see we only have 1500 sales entered in transactions tab for the month of May, and we have only rent entered in the transaction tabs for the month of May. It calculates the total income. It calculates the total expense, and this is the net profit for the month. Then yearly profit and loss statement, it calculates the profit and loss for the full year. If you change the year here, you see everything is zero because we don't have any data for 2027. All we have is some dummy data for 2026. So the profit for 2026 is 1250. The cash flow statement, it shows the balances for each month for the selected year. You can change the year in this cell. Like if we add 2026, we must add the opening cash balance for 2026. Let's say it was 9,000, and for the rest of month it automatically calculates the balances. This would be the closing cash, and this would be the opening cash for the next month. As you can see, we had profit for 1,000 in first month of 2026, so it is added to the opening cash, and now we have closing of 10,000. And then we had a profit of 250 in the month of May, that is added to the closing cash. If we pay for the expenses from the cash, it automatically deducts the balances and calculate the net cash flow. So the closing cash is the opening cash plus net cash flow. Sometimes the net cash flow is negative because you spend more than the income in the current month, but you use your bank account to pay for the expenses. For that month, the closing cash will be, the net cash flow will be negative, and closing cash will be less than the opening cash. And accounts, they automatically calculate the balances. For example, we had 35,000 opening cash in our checking account. That comes from the chart of account balance here. Then it totals the total inflows in the checking account. If we go to the transactions tab, we have checking account. This is the income, this is the income. We only have 3 inward transfers to our checking account. One is this transfer from saving account to checking account, then income that is received in checking account, then another income that was received in checking account, and we had another transfer from saving account to checking account. So technically we have 4. The total inward is 29,000, while total outflow was 15,250, and net current balance is 48750. The dashboard here, it shows the profit trend, the profit percentage, net profit amount, total incomes, total expenses for the year. You add the year manually in this cell, and all the graphs update automatically. If I add 2027, everything will be 0 because we don't have any data for 2027. If we add back 2026, we have data for 2026. So this is how this simple small business bookkeeping spreadsheet works, and this is how the user can easily see their monthly and annual profit and their cash flow balances and account balances. The account balances are automatically updated for the current date because the current date today is 5/26/2026. It automatically calculates the number for the current date. This is everything about this simple bookkeeping spreadsheet for small businesses. The instructions are also available in written form. You can follow the step-by-step instructions and track your income and profit for your small business without spending a monthly subscription on fancy bookkeeping software like QuickBooks or Xero or any other software. You can just pay once a minimum amount and can use this spreadsheet for lifetime. Thank you.